Centaurian Souls. If you are a Centaurian soul, life has always spoken to you through reality itself, through matter, consequence, structure, and action. You feel grounded by doing. You understand the world by touching it, shaping it. Ideas matter to you when they work. Dreams matter when they can stand on their own legs. Here is something you are about to hear that many people have never heard described this way. Your strength formed through contact with reality. You learned early how things function, how effort turns into result, how cause becomes effect. You developed respect for limits and timing. You value what is tangible, reliable, and repeatable. You often appear calm, capable, and composed. Others rely on you when something needs to be handled properly. You notice details. You sense weak points. You understand how systems behave when pressure is applied. You bring logic into chaos and structure into uncertainty. And yet, inside this competence, there is a familiar weight. You feel responsible for outcomes even when they do not fully belong to you. You carry tasks, plans, and obligations with seriousness. You prefer to do things yourself because it feels safer and more predictable. This creates quiet fatigue that rarely finds words. Now listen carefully. This is where recognition deepens. You have often felt that others live more freely while you hold the ground. You watch people move between ideas and emotions while you stay connected to what must be done. You handle the practical side of life so things can function. You adapt. You endure. You keep going. At times, you may feel unseen behind your reliability, appreciated for what you do rather than who you are, valued for stability rather than presence. You rarely complain because competence feels like identity. Strength feels familiar. There is also a quieter longing beneath this solidity, a wish for life to feel lighter without losing meaning, a desire to act from inspiration as well as responsibility. You sense energy and emotion, yet matter always comes first. You finish what is real before you allow yourself to feel what is possible. What you are hearing now gives language to experiences you have carried silently. It honors the grounded intelligence you embody. It recognizes the cost of being dependable in a world that often leans on you. This is the beginning of recognition for Centaurian souls. And what follows will reveal how this deep connection to reality transforms into sustainable strength, clear direction, and a life that feels both solid and alive. This description was created by the StarSeedSoul Project to give clear language to lived human experience. It was shaped through observing how people build, think, act, and relate in the physical world. It exists to bring recognition to inner patterns that often feel ordinary on the surface. What you are hearing now reflects experience, not theory. It names something you have likely lived for years without ever hearing it described this way. For Centaurian souls, relationships are closely tied to reality, action, and shared direction. You approach connection through practicality. You value reliability, honesty, and tangible presence. Love for you expresses itself through doing, supporting, building, and showing up consistently. You feel closest to people when life moves forward together in concrete ways. Here is something rarely spoken directly. Your core relationship pain grows from imbalance in responsibility and direction. You often become the one who carries structure. You think ahead. You organize. You handle practical matters so the relationship can function smoothly. Over time, you may feel that you are pulling more weight than you share. This creates a quiet inner strain. You offer stability and problem solving. You stay grounded when emotions rise. You translate ideas into action. Yet emotional engagement and shared initiative may feel uneven. You may feel appreciated for what you do more than for who you are. This pattern tends to repeat. You meet someone who brings inspiration, emotion, or vision. The connection feels promising. You take responsibility for making it real. You turn plans into action. You manage daily life. Gradually, you notice that momentum depends largely on you. You continue moving forward while waiting for equal participation. Listen closely here. this explains something many Centaurian souls recognize instantly. You remain because commitment matters to you. You believe and follow through. You trust effort and consistency. Leaving feels like abandoning something unfinished, so you stay, even when carrying becomes heavy. This cycle shapes how love feels inside your body. Connection becomes linked with duty. Closeness becomes linked with responsibility. Stability becomes something you provide rather than something you receive. And still, inside this pain, there is strength. There is an exceptional ability to bring ideas into form. There is grounded intelligence that turns vision into reality. Your presence creates movement where others hesitate. Recognizing this pattern opens the first door. It allows you to see how much you contribute, and it prepares the way for relationships where effort, direction, and responsibility move together rather than resting on you alone. A subtle shift begins when understanding settles into the body. You start to sense that connection does not grow through control or endurance alone. Respect begins to feel as important as reliability. Choice begins to matter as much as loyalty. This awareness develops slowly through lived experience rather than sudden insight. What you are about to hear often brings deep recognition for Centaurian souls. Your patterns in relationships reflect directly in how you relate to work, money, and the material world. You approach material life with practicality, consistency, and logic. You value usefulness. You value results. You value things that function well and stand the test of time. You tend to build steadily. You prefer tangible progress over abstract ideas. Money represents security, independence, and the ability to move freely without relying on others. You work hard, often without complaint. You take responsibility for your own stability early in life, and yet material life can feel demanding. Earning often connects with effort rather than enjoyment. You may achieve stability and still feel pressure inside. You may provide well and still sense that something remains unresolved. Success arrives through persistence, while ease feels distant. Here is something rarely said clearly. For Centaurian souls, material strength often develops before inner permission to enjoy it. You focus on building first. You postpone pleasure. You delay rest until everything feels secure. This creates an inner conflict around value and embodiment. You measure yourself through productivity and usefulness. Worth feels connected to contribution. Rest feels justified only after completion. You stay grounded in responsibility while your body quietly asks for release. Your physical presence often carries this tension: strong posture, controlled movement, a readiness to act. You stay prepared even when nothing demands action. Your body learns discipline early. At the same time, energy lives inside you as a powerful current. You have vitality, drive, and instinct. You know how to act decisively. You trust what you sense. Your logic organizes action rather than suppressing it. Now listen carefully. This is the part many Centaurian souls recognize instantly. You carry a deep desire for freedom within structure. You want stability that allows movement. You want success that feels alive. You want a life that works and breathes at the same time. As awareness grows, your relationship with matter begins to change. Money becomes a tool rather than a burden. Work becomes a field of expression rather than obligation. You allow yourself to enjoy what you build. You let effort coexist with pleasure. Value shifts from constant proving to grounded presence. You recognize worth through being, not only doing. Strength includes flexibility. Discipline includes listening to the body. This is where Centaurian grounding becomes embodied power. Structure supports freedom. Logic serves instinct. Energy moves through form with confidence and calm. This understanding opens the way for a life that feels solid, capable, and alive at the same time. At the shadow point of the Centaurian path lives a quiet inner conflict connected to self-worth and control. You learn to rely on what you can build, measure, and manage. Stability feels safe. Order feels calming. You trust what has form and structure. Because of this, you often carry an inner tension between strength and sensitivity. This shadow shows itself through over-responsibility. You take charge early. You organize before chaos appears. You handle practical matters so others can relax. Your body remembers effort and readiness. You stay grounded in doing, producing, maintaining. Inside, emotions wait for space. Here is something rarely spoken directly. You sometimes protect yourself from uncertainty by tightening structure. You hold onto logic and material clarity when feelings feel complex or unpredictable. This keeps life functional and stable. At the same time, it limits how deeply you allow energy and connection to move through you. The avoided truth lives in permission. Permission to soften control. Permission to let energy flow without immediate purpose. Permission to feel without organizing the outcome. You value reliability so deeply that openness can feel inefficient. Yet your inner world longs for vitality alongside order. A turning point arrives through maturity and lived experience. You begin to notice that stability expands when it includes flexibility. You sense that control relaxes naturally when trust grows. You allow energy to enter your life without managing every detail. You let logic support life instead of directing it. This shift does not dismantle your strength, it refines it. You choose where structure serves and where it restricts. You learn to pause before fixing. You stay present with emotion before solving it. Your grounded nature becomes a container rather than a barrier. In higher expression, Centaurian souls embody integrated strength. You remain reliable, practical, and steady. You also allow movement, inspiration, and connection to live inside that stability. Your presence feels calm and alive at the same time. Relationships deepen through shared responsibility and emotional availability. Work becomes purposeful and sustainable. Your material life reflects security with room for growth. Your logic brings clarity without closing the heart. Your energy moves freely within grounded form. This is the Centaurian potential realized: strength that adapts, stability that breathes, order that supports life rather than containing it. Here, grounded power becomes living wisdom. The portal 11.11 appears here as a point of grounded recognition. It offers a calm space where lived experience becomes clear through simple language and reflection. For Centaurian souls, the portal helps you see how matter, logic, energy, and relationships have shaped your way of living, choosing, and committing. It allows you to recognize yourself without pressure, urgency, or abstraction. Everything you notice there reflects patterns you already carry inside. For those who feel ready to continue, deeper exploration unfolds through focused activations and relationship PDFs. These materials support integration in everyday life. They help translate insight into how you build stability, make decisions, work with your energy, and create relationships that feel real and lasting. This process respects your practical nature and your need for clarity. Understanding grows through experience rather than theory. Now stay with this moment. What follows gathers everything into one transmission. You carry a deep connection to the physical world. You know how to build, maintain, and sustain what is real. Your logic brings order to complexity. Your energy moves steadily rather than explosively. Your presence creates reliability. People trust you because you show up fully and consistently. In your elevated expression, Centaurian strength becomes balanced and alive. You continue to create structure. You also allow energy to flow with more ease. Work feels meaningful and embodied. Life gains rhythm instead of weight. You act with purpose while staying connected to your body and your values. Relationships become grounded and warm at the same time. Connection grows through shared reality, not idealization. You offer loyalty, honesty, and tangible care. You receive respect and presence in return. Love becomes something you live, not something you manage. Let this understanding settle slowly. Allow it to guide how you build your life, how you pace yourself, how you choose where to invest your strength. Your power lives in consistency, presence, and embodied action. You are a Centaurian soul. Your origin is shaped by matter, clarity, and grounded intelligence. Your destiny unfolds through building a life that feels stable, meaningful, and deeply real.